Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about an interesting prose work. Yes, so in this picture we could understand that there is oranges is there, and in next image there is a man who is hiding some oranges in his dress, and in next image there is a man who is investigating something who seems to be like a policeman. So do you have any guess regarding this picture? Yes, so today we are going to learn about oranges. So, do you like oranges? Yes, everyone likes oranges. So, in this table, there is some oranges is there. It's not a single orange, it is 17 oranges is there. So, today we are going to learn about 17 oranges. It's a prose work. 17 oranges. So, in the title itself, we can understand that we are going to learn about oranges. It's not a only one orange, it is a 17 oranges is there. So, there is 17 numbers of oranges is there. It's a prose which is written by Bill Neherton. So, Bill Neherton, whose full name is William John Francis Neherton, and he is commonly known as Bill Neherton, was born as a Irish born, and he is presented himself as a British playwright, and he is author for his play. And he was born in June 12th, 1910, and he was died in Jan 9, 1992. He is famous for his stage play. So, what is stage play? That is, he wrote a play for stage. That is the play which is enacted in the stage. So, that is called a stage play. And he put his contribution to many novels and short stories and play and children's books. My Pal Spectre is a famous children novels. It is very famous in 1920s, and his occupation is a playwright, is a screenwriter, and is a novelist. Is worked as a weaver, coal bagger, and lorry driver. So this is the working field he has been worked, and most of his work is entirely based on middle class family. That is, through his story he wants to express the middle class families. Okay, so by the story he is presenting the middle class societies. So these are all the glossaries which I have taken from this prose work 17 oranges. So ducks. So what is ducks? So ducks is a place where the ship is stopped and where a person who is loading and unloading from there. Next, conceal. Conceal means to having secrets. Next one, blobbing. Blobbing means to reveal secret or to talk meaninglessly or continuously. So that we could say that it is a blobbing. And chunks. So what is chunks? Chunks is a solid piece of something. Next, apron. So apron is a kind of garment. Okay, in first image we could understand that he is eating some oranges. So that is called the aprons. In cooking field many of them have been used that apron. Okay, and next is pips. What is pips? Pips is a small seed of a fruit. Next, red-handed. What is the meaning of red-handed? So red is also the symbolic representation of some danger, right? So likewise, if a person is committed any mistake in the sense, that person is known as red-handed person. Yes. Next, fond of. Fond of is means liking. Okay. Hidden. Hidden means concealed. Next, beside. Beside means next. Okay. Pick, to pick up something, right? Next, believe. Believe means trust. And lid. Lid means to cover something. Yes. Ferociously. What is the meaning of ferociously? Angrily. To express the angry. Okay. String. String means thin rope. Notice. Notice means to observe, to note something. Okay. Next, bulging. Bulging means swelling. You know, all the places are not seem the same. Okay. That is swelling. Swelling is nothing but it is like for insect sting in our skin. So that particular skin will be swelling, right? So it is the meaning of bulging. Next, so this is the first page of the prose work 17 oranges. Yes, so today we are going to learn about oranges. So who is the author? Bill Norton. He is the author. Yes. So in the title itself, we could understand that this is a story about oranges. Okay. That is, in the first line itself, our narrator used the words that is oranges. Oranges, I was fond of them. I used to eat them all day and every day. But one day, a policeman found 17 oranges hidden away in my packets. He locked me up and I have never eaten an orange again. I want to tell you the story. Here, the narrator expressed that is oranges. So, by this word, he expressed his inner happiness. Before I stepping towards this prose work, that is what is the meaning of narrator? A narrator who is narrating the story, that is called a narrator. Yes, yes, is also known as author. Okay, so the author here telling that oranges. So by this word itself, he expressed his inner happiness, that is oranges. So when we are using such a kind of happiness, so when we are see our likable things is, if it is front of us, in the sense we can express our happiness. So likewise here the author expressing his happiness, that is oranges. That is, here he says that, so by this word we could understand that he likes oranges, he loves oranges. Okay, next, I was fond of them, so he found some oranges. Okay, I used to eat them all day and every day. So the author used to eat oranges all the day, but oranges hidden away in my package. That is, the author hates some oranges in his apron. He locked me up and I have never eaten an orange again. So here he wants to tell something, that when he was eating some oranges in his saffron, he was caught by a policeman. Okay, so again he stated that he want to tell some story. Okay, that is, the narrator want to tell some story to us. Yes, was driving a little pony and cart for the Swift delivery company, and I often went in and out of the ducks. So that is, he is driving a little pony and cart. So he is using the horse and he used to move from his own place to ducks, where he is loading and unloading the things from the ships. Okay, so this is the job he is doing. Next, was not really a thief. So in the mid he expressed himself that he is not a thief, but I usually left the ducks with something under my aprons. But he used to take things from the ducks, and which is hidden in his apron. I made the apron myself and it was a big one. He says that he made an apron for himself. Okay, and it seems a big one. Next, when there was a when there was a banana boat in the ducks, I drove my little cart beside. So that is, he stopped his cart beside the banana boat. And sometimes bunches of bananas fell to the ground. And sometimes there was a bunches of bananas uh, which is fell to the ground. Often my friends kicked a bunch to me from the boat. That is, the bananas will not fall accidentally, but his friends kicked the bananas from their boats, and he used to collect the bananas and he used to eat all the bananas. Okay, so likewise he used to eat oranges and he used to like bananas. Next, then he spent the rest of the day eating bananas. So he used to spend his time for eating bananas and oranges. So here he expressed his likable things, that is, he likes bananas but he like oranges best of all. So he says that yes, he likes bananas but he mostly like oranges. Yes, next, I only took things when I found them. He says that he is not a thief and he didn't take anything without their permission, but he used to take a thing which is in the ground. Okay, so that is he used to take bananas when their friends kicked from their boat, and he used some oranges, that is he used to take some oranges from the ducks. And here he wants to tell about someone. Yes, that is he introduced some character, that is Clum Jones. So Clum Jones is a careful planner. So he is comparing himself with Clum Jones. So Clum Jones is a careful planner. Let me tell you about Clum. So here he says that he wants to tell about Clum Jones. One day Clum was coming out of the ducks. So one day Clum, who is coming from the ducks, was carrying a box. What have you got in here? Asked Ponko the policeman. So that is when he was carrying a box, he was investigated by a policeman who is named as Ponko. Okay. That is when a policeman is investigating about Clum, that is it's a story which is narrated by the narrator. Okay, that is the author is telling a story about Clum. Okay, one day the Clum who is came out from the duck and he is carrying a box. Okay, and he was noticed by the policeman who is named as Ponko, and who is asking to the Clum that what is in the box. And Clum says that in the inside of the box there is a cat, but the policeman will not accept it. That is, the policeman would not accept the fact, and he want to open the box. Again Clum expressed that in the box there is only a cat. Okay, and when a policeman is continuously asking about the box, at last Clum opened the box and the cat is ran away towards the ducks. A cat, Ponko said. I don't believe you. Open the box. But the cat will run away, Clum said again. Isn't a cat in the box, replied Ponko. Open it up. Clum got very angry, but finally opened his box. Out jumped a ship's cat. The cat ran back into the ducks. Clum ran after the cat. He was shouting angrily. That is, when a policeman is continuously investigating about the box, Clum opened the box angrily, and when he was opened the box, the cat ran away towards the ducks. Okay, and Clum, who is shouting towards the policeman, that is he says that in the inside of the box there is only a cat, but the policeman will not accept that. We know that the policeman is always looking at everything else in a suspicious manner. So likewise the policeman is investigating about the box. In next 2 minutes later, Clum came back with the same box. He was holding lid down tightly. Ponko laughed at him and Clum looked at him furiously. Clum looked angry all the way home. Then he smiled. He opened the box in the kitchen and looked out a large Dutch cheese. Okay, so after 2 minutes, again Clum came back with the same box and he was holding the box very tightly. Okay, so when the Clum came out from the duck with handling a box, that time also the policeman noticed, but he was laughing towards the Clum because he already investigated Clum and he made the Clum to open the box, right? So again he maybe thought that in the inside of the box there is only a cat. Okay, but this time he is carrying some Dutch cheese, but it was not noticed by the policeman. That is a Clum who entered his home and he opened the box in his kitchen, and in the inside of the box, what is that? It is a Dutch cheese. So you know that what is cheese? So in this slide, that is the narrator is asking that is the narrator is investigated by the policeman when he was eating some oranges in his apron. So this is the pictures you could understand, and you just connect this image with the ideas. That is, this is the pony cart. I said that, right? So this is the vehicle he used to drive towards the ducks. Okay. So next thing is, that is cheese. So what is cheese? we all like cheese. So do you like cheese? Yes. So in this time, that is Clum Jones, who is carrying a cheese in the box, that is he took the Dutch cheese from the ducks. But this time he will not investigated. He is not investigated by the policeman. But Clum is walking in front of the police, so he is laughing towards the Clum that in this box only cat is there. So likewise the policeman is understand. So a ship's cat is a cat that rides along on trading, explorations, and naval ships to catch mice and rats, which can cause damage to ropes, electrical wirings, crew foods, and cranes in the cargo and wooden parts of the ship. You may guess that is why he is carrying a cat in the box. So that is usually in a ship there is a mice is there, right? So rat is there, so rat will damage any parts or foods or grains. So likewise there is that is in that ship cat is there, and cat will caught the rat. So likewise Clum Jones is handling the cat on the box. Okay, so this is the reason who is handling a cat for the first time, but the second time who is having a duchess in the box, but in the second time he is not investigated by the policeman. So why the narrator is telling about Clum Jones in the mid of this story? So let's see. Yes. Hey, wait a minute, Ponko shouted. He caught me by the collar, took me into his cabin nearby, and looked into my pockets. He caught me by the collar, took me into his cabin nearby, and looked into my pockets. There were 17 oranges. Ponko counted them and placed them carefully on the table. So, that is here the narrator is explaining a story about himself. Okay, that is in the first image itself we could understand that the narrator is hiding some oranges in his apron, right? So that is the thing. So when he was hiding some oranges in his apron and he is caught by the policeman, and he found that the narrator is hiding some oranges in his apron, and he caught by the policeman, and he collect all the oranges from him and which is placed in the table. And the policeman has counted all the oranges. So how many oranges is there? 17 oranges is there. Okay, and now he is seemed as a person of red-handed. What is the meaning of red-handed? I already explained in synonyms, that is glossary. That is red-handed means if a person is committed in any mistake, in the sense that person might be known as red-handed. So now the narrator is stand as a red-handed person. Okay, so that's why he explained about Clum Jones. That is Clum also here a person like the narrator. That is he is having some duchies from the ducks, and narrator also hiding some oranges in his apron. But the Clum escaped from the policeman, but Clum was caught by the policeman. Okay, so that's why he explained about Clum, that Clum is a very careful planner. Okay, too many people are stealing from the ducks. Ponko said, you have stolen these oranges and concealed them in your pocket. Have you anything to say? So here the policeman got the oranges from the narrator, and who says to the narrator, that is many people have been stolen from the ducks, but you stole the oranges. So do you want to say about these oranges to me? So likewise the policeman is investigating towards Ponko, but the narrator will not express anything. He seems very calm. I was very frightened, but I kept quiet. I had read a lot of detective stories to make the mistakes of blabbing. So, when the policeman is investigating about the oranges, the narrator will not express anything, but he seems very quiet, and he says that he had been read many detective stories. he doesn't say anything regarding these oranges, but the narrator seems very quiet when the policeman is investigating regarding the oranges. So, you don't say anything, said Ponko. So, when a policeman is investigating about this orange, narrator will not express anything. So, the policeman said that you don't want to say anything, right? So, likewise, the policeman is investigate towards the narrator. I'm going to bring another policeman here. So, that is the Ponko said that he went to call another policeman to investigate about this orange to the narrator. Okay, so he went out of the room. Okay, that is he get the oranges from the narrator and he locked the narrator in the room and he is investigating about the oranges towards the narrator, but the narrator doesn't say anything, so that he went to call another policeman to investigate about this orange to the narrator. So in that room there is narrator is there. That is the Ponko went out of the room. And when he was in the room, he was the only one person in the room and many thoughts are running on his mind. Yes, that is, the narrator doesn't have any idea. That is, he was caught by the policeman and he was investigating about the oranges and he don't have any ideas to reveal. Yes, because the evidence is there and already went to call another policeman to investigate about these oranges. So he's only one person in the room and on his mind there is thousands of thoughts are running. That is how he have to escape from the room. Okay, so that is the narrator look at the walls, the narrator look at the door, the narrator look at the 17 oranges. So that is he don't have any ideas to escape from the room. So that he was watching all the things. That is he was look at the door and he was look at the walls and he was look at the oranges. That is he wants to escape. So that he was watching lot of things. Yes, so at last he thought that is if he is investigated by another policeman, he will definitely go to the prison means jail. Yes, so what will my father say? So everyone has a thought like this, right? So if he caught by someone, in the sense will thought that oh no, if I caught, that is everyone is having some fear, right? If someone is caught us, in the sense, so that is the same thing he is facing. Yes, so if a fact is revealed, in the sense what his father would say, so what his father will do. So likewise many thoughts are running on his mind. Yes, I almost gave up the hope of escaping from the trouble. I was locked in the cabin and the oranges were on the table. Ponko had gone to bring a witness. I was in trouble. Oh my God, I said, what can I do? Eat the oranges, said a voice in my head. Eat the evidence, eat them, I asked. So that is when he was the only person in the room, that is many thoughts are running. That is what his father will say when the secret will revealed. So what his father will do, that is if his father is known, the narrator is a theft. Okay, so likewise many thoughts are running on his mind, so that he says that, oh God, he says that. So that is, by this word we could understand that he was in a trouble. Okay, eat the oranges. So there is a voice which is came out from his mind, that is eat the oranges, eat the evidence. So what is evidence? Orange is the evidence. So that his mind is telling to him that eat the oranges, eat the evidence to destroy the evidence. Okay, eat them, I asked. So that is he is talking to himself that shall I destroy the evidence, shall I eat this orange? So likewise he is talking to himself. Okay, finally he decided that, yes, I said the voice in my mind. So that is finally he decided that he want to eat the orange. Okay, so this is the voice which came out from his head. Eat them and the evidence will be gone. Be quick, eat them all. So that is his mind would continuously telling to him that eat the evidence, eat the orange to destroy the evidence. Okay, so I thought for half a second. Then I looked an orange. I peeled it and put it in my mouth. Soon only the pips were left. That is, he decided to eat all the oranges. So how many oranges is there? 17 oranges is there. So finally he decided to eat all the oranges. Yes, so he peeled out the oranges and he eat all the oranges. So only two things remaining in the table, that is peels and pips. What is peels? The outlier of the oranges, that is the skin, that is the outlier, you know that. Okay, it is a peels. Okay, peels we could not eat. Okay, and pips is there. So pips is a seed. Okay, we could not eat the seeds. So likewise he remained the peels and pips on the table and he eat all the oranges. Okay, so orange is a very delicious fruit, and it is also contains vitamin C. Okay, so next. Yes, so now you have to swallow the pips too, said the voice in my head. You have to swallow the pips and the peel. You have to swallow the evidence. That is, so there is another voice that is, the voice is telling to the narrator that to eat the peels and pips. Okay, so we can't eat peels and pips. Okay, so that is, his mind voice is telling to him that to destroy all the evidence, right? So yes, of course, I said, and he is answering to himself that he will eat the pips and peels too. I swallowed the pips and put some of the peel in my mouth. So he eat all the oranges, pips and peels of the fruits into his mouth. Don't eat it, said the voice. There isn't time. Swallow it. Be quick. Swallow it. So that is, he don't have much time to eat all the peels and pips. So that he swallowed all the peels and pips. I took a small knife from my packets and cut the oranges into large chunks. I swallowed the piece of the oranges one after another. That is, he cut the peels of the oranges and he swallowed all the oranges, peels and pips. There were still 3 oranges on the table when I heard Pongo outside. I stopped. My stomach was nearly full. That is, he ate all the oranges. Only 3 oranges is on the table, and he could hear that Ponko is outside of the door. He don't have enough time to eat the 3 oranges too, and already his stomach is also filled. Be quick. Swallow them, I said. The voice in my head was lucky. Ponko and the other policeman had seen some cots at the duck gate. They went and talked to drivers. They gave me a few more minutes. I must swallow all the oranges. I thought only 3 left. I swallowed the first one and the second one. Suddenly the door began to open. I went through a great deal of struggle and finally managed to finish off the last piece of the last orange. Ponko and the other policeman walked in. So that is, in his table only 3 oranges is there, and he don't have enough time to eat the remaining 3 oranges, but luckily he has some few minutes to eat the oranges. That is, in the mid, Ponko and the policeman had to notice a duck cat, and he is talking to the drivers. So in the mid he eat all the oranges. Okay, so now the Ponko and the other policeman is entered in the room. This is the thief, Ponko said. That is, the Ponko is witnessed that the narrator is a thief to the another policeman. I caught him with his pockets full of oranges. That is, the Ponko is telling about narrator to the another policeman that the narrator is a thief who hid some oranges in his apron and he is a thief. So likewise, the narrator is expressing about, the policeman is expressing about the narrator to the another policeman. Yes. Then Ponko looked at the table and at first he could not figure out what had happened. Where are the oranges? So Pongo looked at the table because he kept all the oranges on the table, but now there is no oranges in the table. So he is confused and he thought that what happened? Where is oranges? So likewise, Pongo is asking, where is the oranges? Likewise. So I can smell them, said the another policeman. So another policeman is telling that I can smell the oranges. So likewise, another policeman is telling, I said nothing. But the narrator doesn't speak anything. Pongo looked everywhere for the oranges. That is, Pongo is searching the oranges. If a narrator is saying the oranges anywhere. Okay, he looked in my pockets, he looked in my apron, but he didn't find one oranges. That is, Pongo is look at narrator's pockets and he is searching oranges. Like, where is oranges? Where is oranges? Likewise, Pongo is searching oranges in narrator's aprons and in the room. Finally, Pongo understand what had happened. But it was very difficult to believe. So now he could understand. That is, now the Pongo would understand that. That is, he can't believe this. So what is the thing has happened there? That is, so finally the Pongo would understand that 17 oranges. So that is that is when he say like this, he could understand that 17 oranges. So it is unbelievable thing, right? So 17 oranges, he said. That is who said? Pongo said, right? 17 big oranges. So again Pongo asking that 17 big oranges. So it's a question mark, right? So only one option is there. So what had happened? We know that, but Pongo doesn't see that. That is, Pongo would understand that he ate all the oranges. So which is understood by the Pongo. That's why he says that 17 oranges, 17 big oranges. So likewise, the Pongo is asking towards the narrator, but the narrator doesn't say anything. He was very calm. Pongo was not able to send me to the prison. There is no evidence. So that is, now Pongo doesn't have any evidence to send narrator to the prison, because the evidence which is destroyed by the narrator is. Pongo became angry and shouted at me, but I didn't say any word. In the end, he had to let me go. I told Clum Jones about the 17 oranges. So now Pongo doesn't have anything to hold the narrator in the room, because there is no evidence regarding the oranges, that is regarding the narrator. Okay. Now, so this is a story which is narrated by the narrator. Now narrator is explaining the story towards Clum. So he is explaining a thing, that is what had happened. Okay. So likewise, the narrator is explaining the story of oranges to Clum. That is, Pongo locked you in that cabin for half an hour, said Clum. He had no right to do that. So when the Pongo understood or gained the story from the narrator, Clum says to the narrator that the Pongo doesn't have the rights to lock you, that is, lock the narrator in a room, because the policeman doesn't have the rights to lock narrator to the room. Okay, I think you understood that. Next, perhaps Clum was right. I don't know. I don't have time to think about it. I had eaten 17 large oranges. So now only the narrator would understand that. That is, Pongo doesn't have the rights to lock the narrator in the room. So when the narrator is caught by the policeman, he doesn't think, but he thought that he is a thief, and what his father will do, and what his father thought, and if he is caught by the another policeman, he definitely going to the prison. So likewise, he is thinking, but he doesn't not think that is the policeman doesn't have the rights to lock the narrator in the room. So that is now only the narrator understand that the Pongo doesn't have the rights to lock the narrator in the room. So after sometimes, that is, the narrator feel very weak, and those oranges kept to walk away in my stomach. That is, so after some time, the 17 oranges will make the narrator to feel bad, and that is he feel bad because he ate 17 oranges, right? So he is not feel like good. So this is the prose. So what we are learned from this prose work, that is, when we are in a critical situations, we have to think. We should not forget to think. So this is the story and this is the main theme. Okay, I think, I hope you understood well. Thank you all.